guys, so I just had a very crazy past 48 hours and I just felt the need to sit down and tell you guys exactly what happened. I honestly think that Manhattan is cursed for me, that anytime I go there, things just go haywire and go as wrong as they could possibly go. So yesterday I had plans with two of my friends, one of my best friends and his girlfriends. I was totally gonna be third wheeling last night, but you know what? I don't care. I feel like a spinster. I feel like I'm just gonna be alone forever, and that's fine. And I honestly feel like it's so much more conducive for me to just hang out with friends and do my own thing than to be dating anyway. So I decided that I was going to get a hotel room in Manhattan because I just wanted to stay in Manhattan. I wanted to be where the action was. I needed a break from the dogs. I needed to get away from my two dogs for like one night of my life, because as much as I love their little furry stupid faces, they drive me crazy, and just sometimes I just want to like sleep in a bed by myself and order room service, just not give a shit about anything. Anyway, so I decided to book a room at the Refinery Hotel in like the Bryant Park area, and I've always wanted to stay at the Refinery Hotel. It can be pricey, but I actually found it for a reasonable rate, and since I was only going for one night, I was like, you know what, screw it. I was seriously so stoked. I had my Teddy Blake bag all packed and ready to go to the city. And before I get into this video, I really want to give a huge shout out to Teddy Blake for gifting me this beautiful brown genuine leather bag. It is super roomy. It has an adjustable strap right here, and this bag actually kind of saved my life in Manhattan the past 24 hours. I brought one other bag with me, which was a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, which costs 3 times as much as this and doesn't carry nearly as much as this bag does. And the straps on that bag dug so deeply into my shoulders that I almost bruised. This bag is amazing. If you are a person who loves to carry around a lot of stuff, look at that strap. Nice, padded, comfortable, and it honestly doesn't feel like you're carrying around a lot of stuff, even though you may have your entire life's possessions inside of this bag. It fits so much stuff. It's such an understated and beautiful and classic bag. Like, I paired this, like, I'll show you guys what outfit I wore. I paired this with a beautiful summer dress and some brown wedges. It was so cute, and I got so many compliments. For a limited time, they have a 25% off site-wide sale, so you guys go check them out. Use my code for $25 off. They have a plethora of bags ranging in styles, sizes, and colors. So yeah, thank you so much to Teddy Blake for sending me this gorgeous bag, but let's get on with this story time. So unfortunately, a couple days before I decided to go on this trip to Manhattan and stay at this hotel, I lost my credit card. This always happens. I don't know who I can really blame it on. I try to pinpoint the blame somewhere else, but I know that at the end of the day, it's just gonna fall back on me and me being an idiot. I got a replacement card from Wells Fargo, and it's like a temporary card that they give you that doesn't have your name on it. It just says Wells Fargo customer on it, and then it takes about 3 to 5 days for Wells Fargo to send you a new card. So in the meantime, you do have something that you can use to make purchases. I didn't think it was any issue when I was going to the hotel to check in. I arrived at the hotel. I was so excited. I got there like 4 hours before the actual dinner date because I wanted to just like do nothing. I wanted to sit in the hotel room and chill, have a glass of Prosecco, order a movie, and just put my feet up and relax, because I felt like I deserved a day of peace and relaxation. So I go to the front desk and I am about to check in. I hand them my temporary card so they can put the room and the incidentals onto the card. And unfortunately, they couldn't take it because it doesn't have my name on it. It just says Wells Fargo customer. And I told them, well, this is the only card that I have. It's the only card that has money to pay for this hotel and the incidentals. And so the lady at the front desk was super cool and understanding about it, and she tried to figure out a way to make it work. Unfortunately, even when she did and tried to put the card through, the card was not going through because their system for some reason just doesn't take temporary cards. So I said, no problem. I'm just gonna go to the ATM. I will pay for everything cash. So I will pay for the incidental with cash as well as the room. We don't have to put anything on the card. I'll take this temporary card, I'll go to an ATM, and I'll take money out. Seems easy enough, not a problem, let's do this. So I go to the ATM around the corner, which is in a deli, which is a little sketchy, but I'm like, you know what, screw it, it's okay. Let me just put the card into this deli ATM machine and and take out the $500 that I need for this room and the incidental. So I put it in, and unfortunately at that particular deli ATM, go figure, there's a limit and they wouldn't let me take out more than $100. Let me just walk over to a reputable bank and try this. So I walk one block further, so I get to this highly reputable bank, and I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna call you out, National Valley Bank. I went inside National Valley Bank and I put my card into the ATM machine and I request to withdraw $500. And that son of a bitch ATM machine ate my damn temporary debit card, but also my only source of money, my only way of paying for the hotel, for the incidental, for my cab ride, for the dinner that evening. I really began to have a mental breakdown because this was now really fucking up my day. I put so much time and effort into making this trip perfect and into making it happen and into me relaxing and having a day away from my dogs and away from stress and just doing something for me, and it was all going to shit. It is now past 5 o'clock, all banks are closed. My dog is growling, thus making me unable to focus on making this video. And at this point, tears started to form. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm panicking. I don't know what to. This is what I was trying to escape just for one damn day of my life. I start crying, but I can't really properly cry because I just had Botox, so I just feel like I'm making that really ugly Kim Kardashian crying face. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go onto the Wells Fargo app, and they have this thing in their system where you can request an access code, and then you can go to an ATM, and without your card, you can just punch in the access code and it'll allow you to access your bank account. So I was like, okay, this is fine. So it's fine. Now I have to walk another half a mile to a damn Wells Fargo with these bags. Thank you, Teddy Blake, for not being super uncomfortable to carry around. And you know, I already feel like a brat. Like I feel like a spoiled little bitch, you know, like, oh my God, like I can't cry because I have Botox and like I lost my credit card. The entitlement, the brattiness, it was nauseating. So I walk on over to Wells Fargo and eventually realize that the access code is not working. The ATM machines are not working. And so this is when I start getting really desperate. And I asked two people that were using the ATMs if I could possibly Cash App or PayPal or Venmo them the amount of money that I needed, plus like an extra $100 for them. And if they would just accept it and go to their ATM and then take the cash out and give it to me, and then I would give them extra money. I literally offered a stranger $100 and nobody wanted to. I literally had a woman shove her hand in my face and say no. Like as if I was some sort of scam artist. I'm a little lady here. I never ever act that way. Honestly, when homeless people, when any kind of people ask me for help anywhere, even if I can't help them, I try to direct them towards something that could help them. At that point, I became a little bit more hysterical and the tears were really streaming down my face. And the predominant thought was like, why won't anybody help me? And so as a last resort, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go into CVS and I'm gonna see if they can maybe help me. I went into CVS and I go up to the cash register and I see a girl working there, and I probably look crazy, and I think before I could even get the words out, I just started crying. In between tears and sobs, I managed to explain to this young girl at CVS that was working behind the counter what I had just been through and what I needed her to do in order to help me. And she looked at me like, bitch, calm down, I got you. And she was like, I'm getting off in 5 minutes, I will meet you and you can just Cash App me and we'll go to an ATM and I'll take the money out for you. And I was so shocked. I was stunned that a person was actually legitimately going to go out of their way after a work shift, like after probably working all day, to go on this like really ridiculous adventure where I Cash App her and she walks to her ATM bank and gets the money out for me. And I actually told her that I was going to pay her for this. Whatever you want, I will guarantee it. Just please just do this for me. And so she's like, no, like a good deed is a good deed. And I was like, no, I'm gonna give her something. I'm gonna give her money. I need to reward her for this. So I ended up Cash Apping her the money for the hotel and the incidental, and then me and her walked to her bank. She took the money out, handed it to me, and then pretty much sent me on my way. I added her on Instagram, she added me on Instagram, and I just told her like, thank you so much, you are an angel. This girl, I swear, single-handedly restored my faith in the kindness of people. The fact that she would not accept any kind of form of payment in return. I didn't just go to CVS. I went to like 2 different electronics stores in the area before that, and nobody there wanted to help me. So I get to the hotel and I paid for the room, and I went upstairs and I looked at the time, and I only had about a half an hour to get ready for dinner. So my entire plan to relax and chill out and have fun and enjoy the room that I paid a lot of money for, it had now completely gone down the toilet, which is fine. I rushed to get ready and I got to dinner, and by the time I got to dinner, I was so tired. So yeah, I ended up having a glass of wine and going back to the room after that. And when I got back to the room, I saw 2 Magnolia's cupcakes with a note from the Refinery Hotel with a bottle of wine, basically them saying, "We hope you can relax now." I am solely responsible for this. I don't blame anybody else for this problem. But unfortunately, sometimes the universe just puts you into a really shitty situation where you do have to rely on the kindness of others, and you'll either be really surprised at how many people do in fact want to help, or you'll be really surprised at how many people don't want to help. And I thank you, Chrisella, so much. You are a wonderful angel, and I don't know you, but I love you. So that's it for today's story time. Shout out to Refinery Hotel for dealing with my crazy antics and for giving me 2 cupcakes and a bottle of wine, which I didn't even end up drinking. I did eat the 2 cupcakes, however. And thank you so much to Teddy Blake for sending me this gorgeous bag. I feel like this bag and I have already been through so much. Thank you guys so much for listening to my crazy story. If you like videos like this or want more of them in the future, click the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to click the little bell next to it so you also receive notifications for whenever I post a video. My Patreon with exclusive content is also linked down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!